Hello viewers, I'm Jane, the ultimate Filipina. Today's episode is an entertainment episode and it's one of my believe it or not stories. This story could be true or false and it's up to your imagination to separate fact from fiction. However, always remember Filipina have short memories once you break up under circumstances that are not in her favor and she is full of rage and hate. The nice and ethical Filipina mom you rescued from poverty does not exist anymore, and revenge from the break is forthcoming. Today's segment is indicative of the old saying, you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. His tail is a thirsty horse. The idiom means you can make it easy for someone to do something, but you cannot force them to do it. Earl could not force Cynthia to take technical or professional training. During COVID, life was exceptionally hard on Filipina, especially Filipina single moms. Many Filipinas survive based on the kindness and contributions from online relationships. Without it, they were suffering immensely. My story begins with Cynthia, a poor single Filipina mom who had a foreign baby and no means of support. Her online boyfriend Earl supported her and daughter with a monthly allowance throughout COVID. After COVID, Earl visited Cynthia and convinced her to create a YouTube channel to be self-sufficient and earn revenue to support her and daughter's needs. Cynthia refused caregiver or other technical training he offered to pay for. There were not as many Filipino bloggers back then like today, and with Earl's backing and script writing, she quickly grew into a popular blogger. As her fame and audience increased, she became more egotistical, arrogant, narcissistic, and vain. She went from poverty and no man to men from abroad infatuated with her and offering her marriage and donations to her channel. Earl cautioned her to stay level-headed, and if foreigners come to the Philippines to meet here, don't date them. Cynthia's daughter was from a foreigner who abandoned her after daughter's birth and wouldn't even sign the birth certificate. Cynthia always had a fetish for fair-skinned men, which is a preference and not abnormal for many Filipina. Unfortunately, Earl was not fair-skinned, but during COVID, Filipina loved any man who could support them financially and survive during COVID. Cynthia also by chance had married another foreigner who was not the father of her baby, but married her anyway, but had returned to his home country. To make a long story short, although he returned to his home country, Cynthia could never join him. Cynthia married a big age gap foreigner, and he died, and after family negotiations, with Earl's support, she inherited enough money to buy a house in a gated community and have some savings. Earl decided, after knowing Cynthia so many years and having given her success, he did not want to marry her because of her many red flags and focus on other Filipina. Cynthia was flush with many admirers from abroad and felt Earl was a player and did not deserve her anymore. They ended the relationship under hostile conditions, and Cynthia immediately got engaged to her fair-skinned preference subscriber from Europe who had visited the Philippines and met her privately, in secret, and proposed to her. She made the announcement on her popular channel about the marriage, but spent the majority of the time trashing and berating Earl and identifying him and his past life. She was determined on making sure he was exposed on her channel. Cynthia had lied, to subscribers that she was celibate and had no boyfriend for several years while actually in a relationship with Earl. The story is too lengthy to provide full details, but my intent of this video is to give you an example of how a Filipina has a short memory, and even though Earl supported her and daughter through the COVID crisis, a scorned Filipina will make you her enemy and be vindictive and unrelenting to get revenge. Earl's monumental efforts that made her popular also turned her into a vixen. Lesson to foreigners: don't feel sorry for Filipina single mom and give them your hard-earned money or help them become successful. You can't rescue them from themselves, and they will never show gratitude and appreciation. Her new fiancé and eventual husband will learn that in a relationship with a deranged and lying Filipina mom, YouTuber is transactional in nature, and loyalty, appreciation, and gratitude exist only in the theory with a Filipina, but not in their hearts and mind. She now has contacts with many men from abroad. Earl's intent to make her a successful blogger worked too good. He also made her an egotistical and vain narcissist. This type of single Filipina mom are not ultimate Filipina and never will be. Love to this type of Filipina is based on your financial portfolio and willingness to be her ATM. You cannot save or rescue a Filipina single mom from herself and her true nature will eventually be revealed in cohabitation or marriage. I have included in the video description the song Love Don't Love Nobody by Spinners for your listening pleasure. I'm Jane, the ultimate Filipina, wishing you an ultimate day, an ultimate life in the Philippines. Take care. Bye.